Hey there, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video you're going to learn word etymology part 2, and we're going to focus on suffixes and root words. So let's jump right into the video and understand what these different suffixes mean. Now if you can see, if you have this suffix here, you were trying to define someone who is an agent or a doer. Now when you have these suffixes, the second row that you see, DOM, NESS, HOOD or SHIP, you're defining a state, basically the status of something or what is going on in that particular situation. And if you have adjectives ending with ED, it means that that particular noun has this in possession. Or if it's made of something, then you say EN. If it's full of something, then you say FUL or LY, some, word, and if you have, you're defining a quality of a certain noun, then you put Y behind it. So these are some suffixes that adjectives have, right? So basically, cleanse means process of cleaning. Loosen is a process where you untighten something. So these are examples of verbs. Now when you have adverbs, like ly, long, ys, these are some suffixes that you have. Let's look at some examples for all of the suffixes that I mentioned. So when you say leader, the person who leads. When you say lawyer, the person who argues or fights for a case in the court of law. Sailor, emperor. All of these are examples of these suffixes. Now when you're trying to define a status, freedom, hardship, brotherhood, neighborhood, darkness, finis, all of these are examples. Now when you look at adjectives, gifted, trained, that person has the gift, that person has the training. That's what it means. So when you have ed at the end of a word, remember that it can be a past tense of a verb or it can be an adjective. So let's understand some Latin and Greek suffixes now. So all of these that you see indicate a person, right? So basically agent or doer, just like what we saw here. All of the examples that you see indicate a person holding a certain position. Scholar, someone who is very good at studies. Engineer, someone who is good with machinery. Citizen, someone who is resident of a country, right? And these are all suffixes of adjectives. So again, these are suffixes of verbs, so doing that action. So fortify, magnify, that means you are doing that action. Similarly, ate is also a suffix for a verb. But when you say ish, it can either mean that it's a suffix for an adjective or for a verb again. Publish, nourish, all of these are examples of verbs. So if you look at these suffixes, they're again used for nouns, adjectives, they're also used for verbs. So these are all called Greek suffixes. Analysis, stoic, narcissist, organize, all of these are basically Greek suffixes, right? Now, one more way of identifying meanings of certain word apart from prefixes and suffixes is actually knowing the root word. Now, the list of root words is not limited, it's basically exhaustive, and what I've given here is just a small part of the different root words that exist. Now, some of these root words are also prefixes and suffixes that we discussed in the videos, but if we can just go over these root words, you will understand and you make sense out of all the less common words that are there. If you look at this one, it means anything that's equal, right? So equivocal means anything that's ambiguous, either this or that, you're not sure. Equivalent, very similar to the word equal. Now this word amo, am is a prefix, remember? So amiable, someone who is liked. Appello, appeal, that's, or appall also is something that's prefix, but the root word here is appello. And similarly, this is also a prefix, which means well, benevolent, someone who is really has good attention. This is a root word for capital, captain, captivate, the head basically. And this is the root word for century, centipede, all of that. Centrum means the center, concentrate, concentric, eccentric, someone who is off the center, means someone who is who does not have good senses in a funny way. So basically, someone who is weird but in a funny way. Long lasting, durable, endurance, all those are examples with the root word durus. Now, this means end. Finite, infinite, finish, right? This means strong, fortified, enriched, reinforce. All of these are examples with root words fortis. Gratia also means favor, like gratitude, grateful, gratify. Now, the other one is heavy, the gravity, grief, grievous. All of these are examples with the word gravis. Magnus means great, big, huge, magnanimous, someone who has a huge heart, is very giving. Magnitude, magnify, enlarge in size, or is basically of huge size. So if you look at the word probe, probably it's derived from probe, which means try. Probe is to actually investigate, right? Similarly, regulation and regal are derived from the root word rego, which means rule. Regulation is a rule. Regulate is to actually control something. Regal is again huge, something that's huge. And then we have video and tele and then phone, which all mean either see, sound, or something that's different. So now you can understand the meaning of vision, visual, visualize is to see something, right? Similarly, phone, sound, phoneme is a sound in the English language. Telephone is a distance, a sound coming from a distance. Teleport means to transfer someone from a distance. Telegraph, also a communication that you receive from a distance. Autos means self, something that's done by oneself. Automatic, something that happens on its own. Autocratic, something that takes control on its own. Bios means life, which is why biology, biography, all of these are examples of. Biometrics means including your fingerprints and the eye impression. So this is how you understand the meanings of the words that you don't know and try and guess what the meaning could be, right? So there are many such root words that I've listed down in a separate PDF, and you can download this PDF from the description of this video. And I hope you enjoyed this lesson. You can check out our other content on vocabulary and also other content related to IELTS. I'll see you guys in another lesson. Take care. Have a good day.